मतलब सच बताऊं ये किसके साथ हुआ?
बता दो, कैमरा इज still on.
If do not get anything relevant on your CV within 10 seconds of glancing through it, will skip the CV. Business is not about only the strategy, it is the people who run it.
Does your college degree guarantee success? Well, Shikha Jain doesn't think so. After 18 years in recruitment, she has learned that the best leaders come from unexpected places. She has seen brilliant people get rejected because of how they apply, and companies losing great talent because of how they hire. In this episode, she walks you through what she has discovered over nearly 2 decades, the real mistakes people make when looking for a job, why companies get hiring so wrong, and how is AI changing the game. She breaks down what's actually broken in our job system. She shares the new hiring approach that actually works and tells her own story of how she got here. You will get practical tips you can use today, whether you are applying for a job, running a team, or just trying to figure out if you're doing this right. If you have ever felt like a system doesn't work for you, this episode explains why and what to do about it. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. We have Shikha Jain with us. Let's discuss how this entire process goes. But before moving on to that, I would like to know your story. How has the journey been? It's been almost 20 years, though decades say up. You have been in the industry. You have been doing this for your. I would say now it must have started as a passion, as a work. Or how was the story like? How could you give us a gist of the entire story?
Sure. Thanks for having me, Apoor. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So, I've spent around 18 years into HR and recruitment. And one thing I've learned over these years is that recruitment is not only about filling roles. People tend to feel that this is about filling roles and skills. It is beyond the JD and skills. So, it is about shaping organizations, building teams that stay, and also, I think, bringing a change in somebody's career journey. So, primarily, the gap I faced during my corporate journey was people tend to look for the perfect match in terms of the skills, which is not a sustainable or retainable model, or wherein the candidate doesn't stay. What makes the candidate.
Corporate skill.
Yes.
Okay.
So, what makes the candidate stay is a alignment of skills and culture. So, the same requirement can be the same Java developer can be required by a IT giant or even for a smaller IT services company, but the same person will not fit in at both the places. It needs to come from that background which fits into your culture. So that difference, I think most of the people do not tend to follow in their hiring cycles, and which definitely leads to high attrition rate, and people tend to leave early.
Understood. So this is more about what you do, like how people are like a single person can be good for both the roles, but then he cannot like fit also in both the roles at the same particular year. I understand this. So we'll come to this later, but I want to know how do you start your career, your journey, and what made you think कि अब मुझे अपना I need to do my own work.
So going back to my pedigree and then how I started my journey. So I'm a BTech and MBA in HR. I did my MBA from Amity Business School, Noida. After that, I got campus placed with Bank of Baroda in the corporate office, which is in BKC, Mumbai. So I spent 3 years with Bank of Baroda and then moved out. So I joined a gaming company where to ramp up a team for a startup. And I think that is a gap when I started looking at that, how people tend to do hiring. And gradually, though obviously I was not a decision maker at that level and that time, but that idea, that gap, I kept noticing. I then joined a consulting firm to experience how do you hire for multiple clients together and what are the challenges to face, and to know that gap, I joined a consulting firm. And I think the same thing carries on from a smaller organization till the one of the very, very premium brands also. So that is when my last job was head of talent acquisition for IT company, wherein I finally eventually took that decision that I want to move out and fill this gap. And that is where Skills Squad was born.
What is this gap that you're talking about? What do you think is the gap that open?
The gap was primarily people tend to overlook the background of the candidate, from where they come from, what is their personality beyond just those skills, the typical skills they are searching for as per the JD. So I think it is.
So this is, sorry to cut you in the middle. So mostly recruitment agencies do this, like you are saying, culture, like will he fit to the culture, and they only focus on the skills, particular
Yes.
skill. So this is actually the
So
gap.
not just the recruitment agencies, but even the corporates do that. So primarily, what people tend to do is they work out of the JD, not from the company's DNA. So the difference we do and the gap we fill is that we get into your business DNA. We tend to understand what you do, what is your culture, what is your employee strength, who are your competitors. The entire market research goes into before the hiring piece actually begins. So, and most of the hiring typically in the market or even from the recruitment consultants or agencies happen, give me the JD and I'll start working on it. And we don't do that. Today, AI being so actively involved in day out, people can use AI for creating the JD. But what they can't do is gather the information which you can give about your own business.
Yeah. So I'll come to the AI question
Yeah,
later.
please.
We have that segment also.
All right.
I've prepared one of the segment there. But again, coming to this, don't you think that बहुत सारे organization like recruitment agencies, yes, they are. Your motto is different. आप culture fit के बारे में बात करते हो. You talk about a person who will stay in the company for long, right? But most of the recruitment agency, in fact, on the other hand, even the clients in the companies are कि boss ये जल्दी fill करना है. ये वाला रोल मुझे जल्दी बना. In those cases, what is your take? Do you tend to not take those clients, or you try to make them
So our TAT is primarily within 48 hours we get back to the client.
Okay.
So TAT means that either we go back with the profiles or we raise the red flag. But we communicate back within 48 hours of receiving the.
What are these red ties?
So red flags is after doing our market research and due diligence. If we feel this is not something which we can do or we have the potential or capability of doing,
So
we
get back to
we,
the client.
we go back with the challenges we are finding from our basic research and we discuss with the client. In case after that discussion we feel that this is something manageable and we'll eventually get aligned, we go for it. Otherwise, we'll accordingly communicate back.
So we have like step down on requirements that is not matching our this thing criteria.
So not primarily criteria, because at times when people come back to you for that they need a particular person to be hired for this role, their expectations that I need from similar industry, I need in this budget, I need from this location, this experience, there are multiple filters when you look for that perfect match. So it is not just skills, it is beyond that. So if that alignment or basic filters is not we see in the market, the availability, the pool, we go back and discuss. Because either we need to find alternative or do some, adjustment in terms of our filters, or we can primarily, if they want to stay around it, we'll give it one try. Otherwise, we'll have to communicate back, because it becomes our accountability if we take on a position. So it is not something you have taken it and you can just leave it or skip it. So it is the accountability which you own and you need to do justice with it.
So talking of accountability, you guys claim, I've seen, I've done few research, and I think you guys claim that there is a 98% of your placement are still with the clients.
Yes.
So this is a very huge number and quite a remarkable achievement in this field and in this industry, because I have seen a lot of recruitment agencies 6 महीने में ही 5 महीने में, in fact within a few months only, like few days, people tend to leave and they are searching for the next person or the replacement. So tell us more about this ideas.
So that again, going back to the same conversation, Apur, which we started with, so it is not only about skills. होता क्या है, लोग कहते हैं कि हमें सोशल मीडिया एग्जीक्यूटिव ला दो या हमें जावा डेवलपर ला दो, एनी रोल फॉर दैट मैटर. व्हाट दे फोकस ऑन दैट स्किल पार्ट. हम स्किल से बियॉन्ड फोकस करते हैं. हमारा फोकस है कि वो हम आपके कंपनी के साइज के हिसाब से, आपकी पर्सनैलिटी के हिसाब से, आपका कंपनी के कल्चर के हिसाब से हम वो फिटमेंट ढूंढ के लाएं. अगर हम आज एक इमीडिएट ज्वाइनर है जो कह रहा है मैं 25,000 में भी कर लूंगा नौकरी, लेकिन उसकी लास्ट सैलरी 70,000 की थी, तो मैं कोई कल्चर फिटमेंट यहाँ कर नहीं रही हूँ. Eventually क्या होगा, as soon as that candidate gets the better offer, that person will leave. So I need to understand the pain points correctly. I need to understand the fitment correctly. It is about finding the perfect match in that Rubik's cube. So it is a combination of all of it, not just that skill. So when you say or you tell the client कि मुझे JD दे दो और we can do it, that is a wrong approach altogether. मुझे यही नहीं पता कि क्लाइंट, मुझे सुपरफिशियली पता है कि मेरा क्लाइंट फर्नीचर इंडस्ट्री का है, मेरा क्लाइंट IT इंडस्ट्री का, लेकिन उसके बियॉन्ड क्या.
How do they function उनकी कंपनी
Exactly.
में, in the what is the culture that they follow.
तो हमें JD समझने में नहीं टाइम चाहिए होता, हमें उस क्लाइंट का वो 1, 1.5, 2 घंटा क्लाइंट से डाउनलोड चाहिए होता है कि हाउ दे एक्चुअली ऑपरेट एंड व्हाट द मॉडस ऑपरेंडी इज, and what kind of typically existing employees are. So for example, I'll give you, yesterday only I was talking to somebody who's a part of the management at one of my premium clients, and he said कि मेरे लिए कोई 20-25 साल का लड़का मत लेके आना. You know why? Because my existing employees are quite tenured and are in an age bracket of around 40 to 55 years or something like that, and we have hired in the past and they do not tend to stay or get aligned with that mindset, and they eventually leave. So I need somebody who's a bit mature and can settle down with that mindset also, so that they find a balance and that person stays. So that is again a example of how the culture fit happens. So it is not only about finding that कि मुझे ये रोल लागो, उससे आगे बहुत कुछ है जो हम समझ नहीं पाते.
Coming to this particular requirement जो आप कह रहे हो, so I had Amit ji with me last episode पे, so I had asked him a question कि बहुत सारे experienced electricians, electrical consultant are leaving, are at a very like towards their retirement age.
Yes.
And the new youth, whatever is coming, have a different approach altogether. So he said that it's the problem with kind of every industry right now.
Yes.
This is, even I feel that the young ones, the newer generation are not that, it's difficult to find good match for the company. Is this a challenge for you that you are facing currently in your company? Like for your clients? मिल जाते हैं client, we like good recruits.
So depends on the requirement, Korva. I will not say कि मिल जाते हैं, नहीं मिल जाते एक टर्म में मैं डिस्क्राइब कर पाऊँ. होता क्या, डिपेंड्स कि कंपनी क्या करना चाहती है. उसे एक फ्रेशर चाहिए जिसे वो स्केल अप करना चाहती है, ग्रेजुअली ट्रेन करके, ड्यू टू कॉस्ट इशूज, बिकॉज हायरिंग फ्रेशर इज अ वेरी लो कॉस्ट वेंचर. ठीक है, तो ज़्यादातर IT कंपनीज लाइक Deloitte, Wipro, they tend to hire a lot of freshers. Why? Because obviously the upper layer is getting expensive day by day. The premium layer, the top band is getting expensive. The cost is increasing and they're moving up the ladder. जो नीचे था वो नेक्स्ट ईयर प्रमोट होके ऊपर जाएगा ही जाएगा ना, नीचे वाला लेयर खाली हो जाएगा, तो वो कैसे भरा जाएगा. तो that is how the fresher hiring is obviously going on, and people tend to hire a fresher from the cost point of view and then gradually train them basis their own company culture, and they scale up.
So my question is, this a challenge right now कि हम initial the lower level or the executive level के जो हमारे पास candidates होते हैं, they are very picky minded and they tend to switch.
So depends, the company you are hiring for also. If the candidate feels value that he'll get value out of that company after joining that company, they go for it. But the juggle is to make them attend the interview. Is the juggle is not finding the candidates. You find 10 odd candidates in a single day or more, but the juggle is on the day of interview how many turn up. That's the juggle, because their mind is not stable. If even if they feel I get 1000 more in another organization, they'll drop, and they'll not even communicate, and they'll just go off.
And this is particularly the challenge for the new lots coming.
Primarily, yes.
People who are obviously people who have experience and who have settled and who are looking for a switch, they kind of
They come with that mindset also. They have a family to support.
yeah.
So
Already settled in life. And,
Yeah. So they can't take those decisions randomly to switch or leave the job. Whereas, the youngsters, because considering they are just starting their journey, not many responsibilities are there on their shoulders. So it is easier for them to take that call.
Any particular instance with a candidate that you had that was very like जो आपके दिमाग में अभी भी है कि that was a kind of a learning lesson for you कि ये तो गलत हो गया.
गलत से ज़्यादा, लेकिन मतलब देयर इज वन एक्सपीरियंस. गलत सही तो उसमें कुछ भी नहीं था, लेकिन उसमें एक ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस था जो मतलब मैं कभी भूल ही नहीं पाती. ये कि एक कैंडिडेट को इंटरव्यू के लिए जाना था एक क्लाइंट के यहाँ. उसने कहा आई एम ऑन माई वे. 1 घंटे बाद भी कैंडिडेट वॉज ऑन इज और द टाइम गॉट ओवर ऑफ द इंटरव्यू. उसके बाद भी कैंडिडेट वॉज ऑन द वे और कैंडिडेट कभी पहुंचा ही नहीं. वी हैव डेफिनेटली सीन मेनी केसेस कि जिस दिन कैंडिडेट रिस्पॉन्ड ही नहीं करता कि भाई वो जा रहा है नहीं जा रहा, नॉन रिस्पॉन्सिव हो जाता है, विच इज मतलब वेरी कॉमन इन आवर इंडस्ट्री. बट ये कि वो जा रहा है और कभी पहुंचा ही नहीं, ऐसा एक ही बार हुआ.
And anything from the client side that experience that you have some learning experience from this lecture जो कि आपको लगा कि यार ये तो गलती होगी. आए भाई kind of पेमेंट का मत बोला यार कि पेमेंट के लिए हमने भी because the lot of industry work on credit तो यार.
So I mean, considering you get a lot of references from your peers and network. So what happens is they do not tend to study those referrals very well and pass on those referrals and leads. And in those leads, what happens is a lot of times we get the roles which are beyond our capability. Because those roles are of the level which we don't even cater to, and which is not even as per today's market standards, and it becomes really difficult for us to say no. So those are the difficult situations we face day in and day out, wherein saying no, we become the culprit here. So, but yes, we need to take that call, because eventually what happens is those roles do not get fulfilled, and primarily we become the targets that we couldn't do the justice.
So do you then tell the whoever has do you tell to inform them to what say आपकी तरफ से this is the
I do go back that we do not cater to this level of positions, and primarily I give them the reason also why. And another
ऐसा कोई insta example हो.
हाँ, मैं ऐसा बताना चाहूंगी जो अभी हुआ
Take the
ऑफलाइन.
names if you don't want to.
No, I will not take the name. But what happened was somebody gave us a position for X amount. And that this is the budget of this position X, and you send the profiles. Though from the day one I was reluctant because of the low ticket size, but considering that lead was from someone who I know very on a personal level, I was forced to take it on. And they were not selecting anybody, and gradually what happened, they liked one candidate, called with the documents, and they offered that candidate X by 2. 50% of the budget given to us, and that 50% budget in Delhi NCR on any of the metros was not even matching the salary of a driver. So that became an embarrassment for us in front of the candidate also.
It was a high level.
No, it was a very low level kind of position, and very embarrassing it was, because a daily requirement of basic needs couldn't be also met in that particular salary. And we had to tell the candidate, please look for another offer, we'll suggest go for something else. though we are the facilitators and we earn money based on the success fee of the candidate, but we as the bridge between the client and the candidate, we had to tell the client that please don't go for it, because whatever they were saying that after 3 months we'll increase and not increase, and we were not sure that if that will be given in a writing and it will be a justice to the candidate or no. So we, being a bridge, we have to do an alignment between the candidate and the company. We can't be just one-sided towards the company. So we need to be fair to both the parties.
It is like that. You have to be fair to both the parties. And most of the it's word of mouth as well. People talk. People
Correct.
talk how we function, how the company wants you. What are the basic values of the company. So yeah, people do talk, and that's how you maintain that credibility in the market.
So for us, Skills Code is not just the business I'm running, it's my passion, and we work on some values which we do not let go of. It is not just about closing the position. So most of the times I have been in that situation also, that wherein I've gone ahead and told the client, I think there's something not okay with this candidate, even for a 15, 20 or more lakhs of position also, please do not hire the candidate. I have done that even after that candidate was selected. Because for the senior roles, I do the final conversation myself. And if I feel something is not okay, I go ahead and tell that to the client.
And maybe that's the reason you are 98% of your candidates are still doing.
Yes.
Which is quite a tremendous.
And my clients are, I have 100% client retention, 100%. And they trust me. And even for that matter, in most of the cases, the final HR round is also taken care by me, because the clients tell me to take the final HR round, not their internal team.
Sure. So you are the one who was taking it,
Yeah.
and then that's pretty. Yeah. So according to you, अगर कोई bad hiring हो गई, but if a company is going on and खुद ही hire कर रही है, nominate client, the HR team, maybe they have a recruitment, and if there is a bad hiring in the company, what can be the particular reason that bad hiring is happening?
So honestly speaking, हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि ये एक particular reason था. There can be multiple reasons for it. So I've seen a trend even in recent era, that wherein candidates join the company, especially in IT companies, they tend to join on a particular package, and because 10 days, 15 days, 20 days experience doesn't count. What they do is they keep on looking for another offer after joining also, and if they get a better offer, they leave the company in 15-20 days of joining also. So that is another reason which I quoted. Next could be, wherein I've seen the cases wherein the clients force the candidate who's immediate joiner, taking, using that against the candidate, that the candidate is idle and can join on a same salary. They take that for advantage, and at times tell the candidate to join on the same salary or take a cut on their last drawn salaries, or because they are idle and they need a job. And in that cases, at times people tend to join but later on leave. So I think I've quoted two scenarios that, if everything was aligned, skills, culture, etc., then also I've quoted that how it happens based on two scenarios when a client gives them a cut on the last drawn salary or take them on the same salary without any hike. That is, they keep on looking for better offers and better organization and tend to leave. And idea already, all of us know how it functions. People tend to look for multiple offers and they even get double of their salary in the market, and they tend to pay too.
So mostly it's what I could make out is mostly it's because people are in a need for a job and they वो कर लेते हैं join, but they are always in a hurry or in a this thing कि boss मुझे कहीं और से कुछ मिल जाएगा. So mostly that is the reason.
अगर आप किसी को भी आज की डेट में अगर किसी को भी आप सैलरी कट पे लाओगे या सेम सैलरी पे लाओगे, जबकि उसकी एक्सपेक्टेशन होगी कुछ हाई, कुछ बेसिक हाइक उसे मिले, तो इवेंचुअली आदमी सेटल्ड कभी भी फील नहीं करेगा ना. आपको एक लॉन्ग टर्म रिलेशनशिप अगर बिल्ड करना है तो इट हैज टू बी अ सेटिस्फैक्शन फ्रॉम द बोथ द पार्टीज, नॉट जस्ट द क्लाइंट. So that candidate is not satisfied, and eventually that dissatisfaction based on the monetary aspects will creep in his head, and eventually he'll never settle down in that organization.
तो आप मतलब as पे यू पैसे बढ़ा तो ऐसे ऊपर
मतलब आप किसी की सिचुएशन का फायदा मत उठाओ तब।
Apple market standards try and
हाँ, और अगर वो आपके क्राइटेरिया मैच कर रहा है, अगर नहीं मैच कर रहा तो कोई बात ही नहीं है। अगर आपका क्राइटेरिया मैच कर रहा है, हर लिहाज से फिट हो रहा है आपके बॉक्स में, तो जस्ट बिकॉज वो आइडल है आप उसे कट पे मत लेके आओ या उसको जबरदस्ती वो ऑफर मत दो जो मतलब उसके लिए ये है कि मजबूरी में वो लिस्ट से लेना पड़ा।
but then many a times these candidates also take advantage of the company.
Yes.
Can you
So yeah, so again coming back to their, especially the IT industry functions like this. So what they do in IT, immediate joiners' worth is beyond the gold. So what they do, they take the offer on, take their first offer and then put in their resignation, and their notice period is mostly 2 to 3 months. In those 2 to 3 months, they'll keep on giving the interviews, taking offers, and by the time their last working day comes in, they might have at least 10 offers and nobody knows where they'll join. So that is how it functions.
but the company that they are in उन्होंने उनको तो इन्फॉर्म कर दिया कि वे लेंगे।
उन्होंने तो उन्हें पहले ऑफर पे इन्फॉर्म कर दिया ना, वो तो अब रेजिग्नेशन पे नोटिस पीरियड पे है ही ना। तो जितना कम नोटिस पीरियड होता जाएगा कंपनी के लिए वो गोल्ड है कि ये मेरे प्रोजेक्ट पे डे 1 से ज्वाइन कर लेगा और काम कर लेगा, क्योंकि सबको पता है 3 महीने के नोटिस वाले की किसी की कोई गारंटी नहीं। जिसको एक हफ्ते में या अगले दिन मेरे को ज्वाइन करना है, मतलब मेरा प्रोजेक्ट चालू हो जाएगा, उसके लिए तो वो खजाना है, तो उसकी वैल्यू बढ़ती जाती है। दैट इज हाउ इट इज।
Everywhere it's AI is helping everyone a lot. हमें भी काम दे रहा है। Even the recruitment agency is also getting a lot of help from that. The club companies are getting a lot of help for creating the JDs. Even the candidates are making their resume. So what I have noticed or I have seen in recent times, people are creating their resume through AI.
Yes.
And on the other side, companies are checking those
Resumes
using
using the AI.
tools.
Yes.
So do you think this is sustainable or this is
No, this is not sustainable. I tell you why. Because
sorry to interrupt you, but this completely is not aligned with the culture fit that you are talking about, that
Exactly.
you are promoting, right?
Yeah.
So please.
So primarily what happens, Purv, is, AI can match the JD you upload over there. AI works on your prompts, not automatically. So AI doesn't know what the culture of Durian is. AI doesn't know what download client has given to you in terms of the personality, the team size, or the current team age or mindset, etc., etc. AI has no clue on that. AI can just work on the prompts. You upload the JD and you upload the CV and they will match and give it to you. And in 90% of the cases, I've seen when the JD match comes in, it comes around 7, 8, or 9, or very good, and they get rejected in the first round of interview itself.
And this is just because obviously it cannot match him. AI can never match.
So, AI can just play around on the content written, right? But it can't judge the knowledge of that candidate. When they appear for the, interviews, they are not even able to explain the basic, context behind their own skill set. वो कुछ बता ही नहीं पाते because it is AI generated CV and the AI math of matching that CV with the JD.
As I was talking about AI and AI अपना resume बना रहा है, AI candidates hire भी कर रहा है, but again people don't get emotions and don't get their culture matched by AI. It can never happen. Right now, though, there is no particular tool that in AI that will do that. So there's another problem that a lot of companies, in fact, a lot of individuals are facing because of AI is the layoffs. A lot of companies have been on a layoff spree. They have huge number of candidates and huge number of employees have been laid off by a lot of well-known, renowned companies. Do you think it's good for the company? Yeah, obviously for the company, it's it's good. But do these companies take care of these guys, like, or is it just they just?
So honestly speaking, not all of them take care of the candidates they are laying off, but there are brands, even I've worked with some of them wherein they take it as their own responsibilities, corporate social responsibility, wherein as a CSR initiative they empanel a vendor to get their outgoing teams placed out somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I have done 3 such projects for a multinational publishing house, wherein they hired the vendor to get the outgoing team placed. And, we could place about 50-60% of their outgoing team.
Okay, so the people who they are relieving,
Yes.
they are getting placed by the company only in some other.
So the company doesn't places them, but, company hires a
Takes
vendor.
an initiative. Takes an initiative.
Correct.
That's really nice. Can you name any of these companies that if you want to?
So I will not want to disclose it here because considering every company has their own policies, so I will.
But is it a female company or an international?
It's a multinational partner. Even one of the Indian IT companies has.
No, nice. Any particular program that you guys run for these candidates who have been unemployed for a particular period of time or anything? Any such?
No, we don't have any current program in place because every organization is different. Their requirements are different. So running a generic program for these kind of people will not give them justice. So I think if we initiate something, that should really help people.
If there is anyone fresh graduate or someone who has passed out from college, so any advice for him that how he should his resume or his profile should be so that it's more attractive to the companies and to the recruiters.
So we'll come to LinkedIn regarding this.
Yeah.
So primarily what happens is, though we all feel that everybody is spreading their LinkedIn profile, but today's generation is more active on Facebook and Instagram. But I still suggest that recruiters, if not 100%, but 90% of the recruiters come to LinkedIn for hiring. And your LinkedIn profile should be properly optimized, and there are various sections in LinkedIn, those should be covered properly. So for example, the LinkedIn banner is a great place to highlight, showcase yourself, your skills, or any specific thing you bring to the table. Most of the time you will feel that space is empty for even the senior leaders in the market. So I think your LinkedIn profile should be properly optimized, and in terms of not just what skills you are applying for should be there, but at times people have even got the job basis their hobbies or what they can do or they find passion in doing. So please be open about your passion and hobbies also, because it is not just your current skills, it's about the potential you bring to the table.
And I've seen since we have been against AI in a previous Q statement, but I've seen people being very innovative with their resumes. I've seen, so this guy here had a entire website of his resume. So there's a entire walkthrough of what he has done. It's kind of a video or a game that you enter and you move on to the left and you see how his career met. So people have been doing things like that. Have you come across anything?
So primarily those kind of resumes or work well in a company wherein the portfolio is required, or in case of designers. So I've worked with a gaming company also, as I mentioned. So wherein you hire a lot of these texture artists, graphic designers, and a lot of these artists or concept artists for that matter. So the artists and designers tend to make such resumes and they are appreciated. But in a typical corporate wherein standard roles are there, people do not tend to look at it. Anybody hiring, if do not get anything relevant on your CV within 10 seconds of glancing through it, will skip the CV. That is how it is. Because if you ask me, I get 50 odd messages, mails, DMs on LinkedIn Messenger, WhatsApp every day. I discussed 2 with you today morning already.
Yeah.
So almost 50 mails or messages I get every day that they are looking to looking for future opportunities or new opportunities. So any recruiter, if doesn't find any relevance on your CV within 10-15 seconds of opening it, your CV will be a pass. But whereas in case of artists, designers, or the relevant industry of social media, they tend to be creative, and your creativity definitely is appreciated.
So it depends from industry to industry. Okay, coming back to LinkedIn, people are using AI again to build their profiles, to make their resumes, and to upgrade whatever information they are putting on LinkedIn. Is it helping them or hurting them?
So the AI can help you as long as you want to help yourself. So if you follow AI blindly, it will not lead you anywhere. You eventually have to apply your own mind and your thoughts. So if you take help with AI, putting your thoughts together, that is good. But if you don't want to put your thoughts together, you don't want to tell AI anything, it will be a random output which you will get. So I think still you need to apply your head for using the AI also efficiently.
So you will get generic output.
Exactly.
And everyone is having that same.
So again, AI works on prompts.
Yeah.
So if you give good prompts, good input, you'll get a good output. But if you just tell AI, I am this, give me the output, you'll get a random output.
So if you keep refining and keep
Exactly.
making changes then only it's helpful. Otherwise, it's very generic. Uh, so there are a lot of people listening who must be at the beginning of their career. So anything that you want to particularly advise them that they should not do, they should avoid doing, that becomes a mistake in their career path.
So one thing which I think, be original. So that is the bottom line here. When you try to be something else, you want to, apply so many fancy jargons to be, to promote yourself out of the box, etc. That doesn't help. As long as you're original and you are trying to be yourself, I think that is the best thing you can do for you.
Any particular mistake that they should avoid, maybe in their resume, like
Not a resume, but in general, I've seen today's generation, the formal, culture, the professionalism which used to be there is missing. For example, when they go ahead and meet somebody, they do not tend to greet, or, if they tend to greet, they'll just say hi, hello. But I think the best version of it could be hi Apurv or hi Shika for that matter. So I think that basics are getting missed out. They need to, kind of work on basics. People tend to, like you more when you call out them via their name rather than a jailbreak hi or
yeah. So basically, again, a cliche, but then the first impression is the last.
I think
Understood. For people struggling to find jobs right now, is there an attitude problem that you think?
there are a lot of attitude problem. So there are, as I said, I get so many profiles, applications every day when people are immediate joiners, they're looking out for job. But I've seen multiple times when you process them, you line them up for the interview, half of them do not even turn up for the interview. So that is an attitude problem. जैसे कहते हैं ना बाजार में हर किसी को नौकरी चाहिए लेकिन नौकरी के लिए जाना कोई नहीं चाहता एफर्ट कोई नहीं लगाना चाहता आफ्टर कोविड एवरीबडी वांट्स एवरीथिंग टू हैपन वर्चुअली दे डू नॉट वांट टू पुट इन एफर्ट टू गो एंड गिव द फेस टू फेस इंटरव्यू so that is a juggle every day we face.
Yeah, and obviously virtual interviews, the trend of virtual interviews have grown a lot after the work from home culture and COVID. What, according to you, is this doing? Is it good for the industry, or is it a laid back approach that you think?
So we don't have any direct answer for this, Apurv, but if the company is happy to hire somebody who's outstation and they are happy for them to operate remotely, yes, virtual is the answer. But if some company is looking for somebody who tends to work from office permanently, I think first round can be a virtual round because that saves everybody's time and energy. But eventually if you shortlist the candidate after the first round, it has to be a face to face, because again, as I said, it is not only about the skills. It is about how you carry yourself, your personality, and multiple things. And when you meet in person.
Okay, one of the last questions that I have right now.
Yeah.
So you gave advice for the new joinee or anyone who's passing out from graduating from the college, passing out from his college. Any advice for companies or the HR team of the company or the recruitment section that that they should follow to get good hires, to get good advice?
So rather than good employees or good hires, I will try and focus on the process itself. So most of the times I feel the process is broken, and there's a need to put in the process together. So for example, they'll not have a proper process of passing on the applications, the response time from the hiring managers in terms of the feedback on the profiles, in terms of the approval system of the offer. They don't have any processes in place. It's all random. So that process itself has to be put together. And I'm talking about even the companies who are worth a few crores do not have any systems in place. So people tend to think that recruitment, अरे recruitment क्या, hiring तो हो ही जाती है. ऐसा ही perspective है ज़्यादातर लोगों का, लेकिन उसमें इतने gaps हैं. If you do not get the right people on board, your business will not run.
Yeah.
So business is not about only the strategy. It is the people who run it. So if you don't have the right people, and right people will not wait for your response time. So the right people will eventually land on the right jobs, but you need to, it's the requirement of both the parties. It's not that कि इसे नौकरी चाहिए और ये आएगा.
A company also loses a lot of their some capital as well, their time as well. They'll take sometimes they do.
So it costs any company a lot of money to bring in a bad hire or do not hire. So as I always tell most of my clients, if the candidate is 70-75% fitment, please hire the candidate rather than waiting for that 100% fitment, because the time you lose in looking for that perfect match, by that time that person will be trained as per your own systems. So that is a common guidance I give to a lot of my clients.
So if the fit is 75% of the candidate fit,
That gap, 20-25% gap can be easily filled, right? And every organization and candidate need to align, among themselves after the new joiner has come on board, because every companies is different. The way they operate is different, and वो 20-25% का gap तो वहाँ पे आपको fill up करना ही पड़ेगा.
and वो I think gap तो हमेशा रहेगा ही. Any new candidate को भी 100% fit candidate तो आएगा ही नहीं.
तो लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या है, लोग 100% फिट ही ढूंढते रहते हैं. उनकी पोजीशन 6 महीने, 1 साल, 2 साल भी ओपन रहती है, एंड दे लूज ऑन लॉट ऑफ टाइम and the money they could have made. So I think that is a common guidance, and one thing I'll always say, it is all about people and passion. So आपका बिजनेस, आपका धंधा आपके खाली सिस्टम्स और स्ट्रैटेजी से काम नहीं करेगा, सही लोगों से करेगा. जब लोग आईटी कंपनीज में जो रिक्रूटमेंट टीम है उन्हें कहा जाता है कि नॉन बिलेबल टीम्स है, क्योंकि जो उनके आईटी रिसोर्सेज हैं दे आर बिलेबल रिसोर्सेज फ्रॉम द क्लाइंट्स. तो वेयर एज आई से कि अगर नॉन बिलेबल है तो रिसोर्सेज तो यही टीम लेके आती है, अगर सही रिसोर्सेज नहीं लाएगी तो बिलिंग कहाँ से. तो आई थिंक पीपल शुड वैल्यू the team that brings you the right people.
Understood. With that note, I think the episode is done. If you want to say something by yourself, please go ahead.
So I think the last thing before we wrap up this session, I would like to first of all say that, we are a strong believer in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and that is why we are all women's team.
Oh.
And we have also done a women returners program wherein, when we tend to look for the workforce and the right fit, there are a lot of females out there who have dropped out of the workforce due to any circumstances or other responsibilities and are looking to come back. We have done such programs again with corporates who want to give them the second chance. So that is one thing we also believe in. And lastly, thank you, Apoor, for calling me for this session.
Thank you so much for coming this early and waking my team also. Work early, have an early day. I haven't seen them this early.
I think they sleep early today.
So, okay, that was a good session, Shika. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming,
you.
and let's get a picture.